we don't know anything. We're just monkeys trying to understand something. Come along with us and maybe we'll still know nothing. We're the honest honkies.
What up, honks?
Let me get in the zone.
We're out here, and we are back in action, dude. After approximately 7 days of not hearing our beautiful voices, we're back. And Josh isn't doing well.
You say that every time, bro. Every single time.
Well, tell me, dude. I came in here, you looked a little disgruntled. So,
What makes you say that?
I don't know, you just seem a little disgruntled, dude.
What makes you say that?
Came in here, you were like, I'm probably just going to sit here and eat my bowl of spaghetti facing...
Well, I didn't want to eat it at like 10 o'clock whenever you leave, so.
Yeah, but you faced away from me and you just kind of... You went
Where
into
else was I supposed to eat it?
You went into the mind virus of TikTok and swiped out, and I was just sitting here
Yeah,
touching my toes together, kind of like... Also got sloth on my socks.
You got Sid?
No, these are more hanging sloth, the kind that aren't as cool as Sid. But, I mean, just checking on you.
Oh, okay.
Do you have any exciting adventures this week? Did you almost, kill a rabbit, kill a small animal, kill a kid? A kid is just like a small animal. Any almost murders?
No, not that I can think of. Murdered, Okay, hold on. You talking about like from Sunday till now or from like Tuesday till now? Last cast? Okay. Is that what you mean from now on?
That's the time frame. We work on a cast time frame.
Okay.
We don't work on Anglo-Saxon, medieval, made up by the Pope 7-day calendar. Okay?
Well,
We work on the Mayan calendar.
we
starts on
talking
Tuesday.
about kills or murders?
Either or. Either suicide, unintentional suicide, suicide by cop, suicide by dog in a junkyard, suicide by...
Okay, yeah, I get it. So I killed it in pool the other day
Let's not talk about that.
and in the boxing game.
Let's not talk... No, dude, I'm highest score on the boxing game.
You should post the video of you getting like below.
I'm
A
literally
woman's
highest on the
score.
scoreboard. You're talking to ringleader number 1, dude.
No,
That little bag came down, and it chose me.
no.
Your bag was flopping up and right back down. My bag flopped up, and the points went.
Third try.
I think,
Third try. You tried 3 times.
yeah, third time's a charm, dude. What do you want me to not have it lucky?
Well, it's I expected on the first, but
I
it's
don't
okay.
know.
Being disappointment's okay.
I'm used to it.
I know.
You can't fight fire with fire, dude. I'm out here. I'm letting people down. I am.
Dude, I want to play pool.
I'm setting
again.
expectations and not meeting them.
We need to play pool more often, bro. That's fun.
Pool's one of those things where,
You either got it or you don't got it.
it's like whenever the internet came out, we just stopped having fun. We just watch other people have fun. And I'll let you honks think about that, dude. Because it used to be, if you wanted to hold a baby, you had to impregnate a woman. But now, you can just go look at people holding babies and, you're getting some kind of desire out of that.
Do people still like kiss babies for good luck? Is that still a thing?
That's a pervert thing. I'd never heard of that until just now when you said it.
I mean, have you tried it? Like, have you tried kissing a baby?
No, dude. I'm not kissing a baby. Babies, first
It
of all,
might
look
work. It might work.
gross. They look gross, dude. And
Babies look gross.
they stink. I don't like the way that they smell. Somebody was saying that, I can't remember if I already told you this, but it was the realest thing I ever heard. Women like babies when they can't move around. And guys like babies the second they can start to get around. And I said, amen, brother. When they start getting the athleticism in them, when they start running, all of a sudden, dudes are like, let's go to the park, dude. Let's tear it up. Let's see little Timmy at the park. Let's slide down it. And then, but when they're just like crawling around, it's no fun. Or not even crawling, when they're just like immobile, it's no fun.
Yeah, I guess so. You want to know the realest thing I heard?
What?
So you know how people are like, it's sexist to tell women to be in the kitchen, making food and all that. And it's like,
yeah.
If God didn't want them to be cooking,
Oh.
then why did he put milk and eggs in them? I thought that was the realest thing I heard this week.
Shout out T.O. Bonbon.
Teal Bond?
Yeah. I mean, explain it, women. And it's not like we came up with the terms, dude. I'm sure y'all did.
Yeah. Who named milk milk?
It is kind of, you know what is interesting is that I'm not trying to be sexist about it, but it is funny to think that math and science most likely only came from men.
Well, it had to because
like the origination.
It had to because we didn't let women do that.
I mean, that's kind of a crazy thought that we were just
they're witches, bro. They can't do that.
Yeah. Any woman that showed up and was like smart and was like, hold up, I know how to do the atom bomb. First of all, they shot her, and then it just took 40 more years for them to figure it out.
Yeah.
So, and, if we had, Henry Ford, if he had just asked a woman how to do an assembly line, they would have been like, look at this laundromat. We've been doing it for 30 years before this. So, I think, and Rosie the Riveter, she knew what she was doing, dude. I mean, I don't even know how to make a rivet. Do you?
Make a rivet?
Yeah.
Pretty sure she was riveting, not making them.
She had it figured out pretty quick.
The first Gold's Gym, or the original Gold's Gym, in California was originally only for males, and then the owner eventually started letting women in because he realized that they're better customers because they didn't stink and they paid on time and all this other stuff. I thought was kind of funny.
Well, in Gold's Gym, that sounds a little more womanly, precious metal kind of.
No, Gold's Gym is pretty masculine.
I think that if I was going to open a gym, I think it would be very beneficial to do an only woman gym. Because
those exist.
Huh?
Those exist already.
Yeah, I think we need more of them. Okay. Because I don't think...
You don't want to work out with women?
No.
Why?
Because I don't want to be self-conscious, dude.
Distraction?
If I see a woman putting on the same plates as me, then first of all, it's a me problem.
Yeah.
Second of all,
get stronger.
It's a sad problem. I mean, I don't know.
I don't know. I think it'd be a good idea to be like, I don't know, as a man, less distracted in certain situations. But then again, well, okay, hold on. Is gym a good place to like...
Halpert?
Is gym... What? Is gym a good... No. Is gym a good place to like find dates?
No.
No? Well,
it's like going...
Well, you say that and you're married, so it's like... I feel like that's different.
No, I mean, it's just like... Dang, I was about to say like a reason why, and then I immediately defeated it in my head. That was insane. I was gonna say it's like going up to somebody while they're writing like a book, and like interrupting them. But then I was like thinking like instantly of a coffee shop, and I feel like coffee shops got to be top 3 places to ask somebody out.
Dude, that's okay.
But
hold on. Do people actually study at coffee shops? I feel like
they do.
No, there's no way. If you're at a coffee shop and you're just like sitting there for hours, you got to be single and you're just like waiting for somebody pretty to walk in. You're just eyeballing the door, and you're pretending like you're doing something, but you're really waiting to find somebody. No way.
I used to work like very briefly. I used to do a little work at a coffee shop. Kind of, or even drawing. I'd go to the coffee shop and draw sometimes. And the interesting thing about a coffee shop is that you can kind of screw around there. But also, since people are kind of around you, you almost work a little harder because like you don't want to just be sitting there kind of like looking around. Because if you're looking around, then everybody's like, this guy's here and he's not even working, or he's not even. He's got a laptop open in front of him, but he's just thinking about the Barbie movie that just came out. You know what I'm saying?
It came out this past summer. But yeah, I know what you're saying.
Andy's out of date.
I don't get it, dude. I don't understand why you would do some work at like a place to go drink stuff.
Yeah, but you don't even like coffee, so it's kind of.
Well, even if I did, I don't think I would understand it. Is there something in the coffee that makes you want to like work around other people?
All right, let me ask you this: you work photos, you do photog, and you are kind of sitting in like a. I mean, from what I've seen on your posts and stuff, it doesn't look like a. It looks like an average room. It doesn't look like a pleasant room.
I don't know what a pleasant room would look like.
What if you could just work, do exactly what you're doing, have a hot, I don't know, have your favorite drink next to you that is at its prime. For me, it's hot and it's, the milk is nice and hasn't like soured or anything. Whatever drink you like, imagine if that was right next to you. There was some nice music to you going on in the background, and there was other people kind of around you, so you didn't feel like you were all alone in a room. Then that sounds nice to me. Like when you were working, you'd rather be in kind of like a industrial looking room that was like dark, or I don't know. That doesn't sound nice to me.
Well,
Maybe it's different for you.
First of all, I have to work in a room that's dark in order to take the photos, and then.
Well, a coffee shop is a different kind of dark, though. It's like kind of they have bright ones, but they also have kind of like moody ones that are like. They're dark enough to see your screen.
Okay, I'm just saying, in the photography world, you gotta like the overhead light, like the main lights are just off all the time. And
like super dark.
Yeah, and the only lights that are lighting up the place are your strobes with just the modeling light on. At least where I work, that's how it is. But and to your favorite drink point, I do. I have my water, and that's all I drink during the day. And then to your music point, I do as well. I listen to my music in my earbuds all day, or podcasts. But what was your last point?
Okay. Well, let's get to this. Where do you like to be? If you had to imagine yourself having a good time, you can imagine like the people around you that would let you have a good time, but try to like abstract those people away from that and think of where you would want to be. Like what kind of, would you just want to be in your house, or like what do you like about your house? Or what do you like about maybe your workplace? Or because I think people go to the coffee shop because of the way it makes them feel when they're there. But your work is kind of like a specific scenario where it has to be dark, so you kind of have to have a specific environment. So maybe it's not the best example for your work.
Yeah, because like I'm always jealous of people who can do like the hybrid thing, where they can work from home if they wanted to, or some days they can work from home.
Yeah.
It's like I can't do that.
Yeah.
But I just had a thought about the coffee shop thing. It's like you said, people like the environment there in order to work. But I feel like it may be a situation where you go there just to feel like you're social. And maybe you are, but maybe you're not, and you just kind of feel like you're being social just by being there and doing your work alone.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know.
I mean, for me, it's like if I got to choose, like for me, it's kind of hard because it would be hard to get all of the equipment that I need into a coffee shop. But if I could work at a coffee shop as to opposed to my office space, I would, because my office is like literally all the worst gray you could imagine walls. Bright, cool, not warm, fluorescent lights, super bright.
Like that.
Everything is a horrible, like, literally, if you took one picture of my office in any way, you would know it's an office. Like if you just walked around with an iPhone and took a video and then took a moment out of that video at any point, you'd be like, oh yeah, it's an office, because it's so generically office.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like anything I could do to like just get away
Well, it's like
from feeling like you literally feel like you're in a factory, but it's like a closeted factory, like a factory that hasn't come out to its owner yet.
a gay factory.
Yeah, like basically.
So, don't you work in Office Park?
Yeah,
Like it's a
something like that.
lease
Yeah,
building?
the funny thing is my office building is butted up to like a musical shop that also gives lessons, and the vice president, his office is right next to is on that wall, and so you'll go in his office and you'll hear a tuba just blasting, boom, 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 boom. it's
That's 'cause it gets so annoying.
it's I know, it's so funny
wow.
because it's not even subtle, it's loud.
Thin walls. I had something to say about Office Space. Oh, have you seen that meme where it's like, it shows a picture of like, you know, the generic office you were describing with like all the cubicles and stuff,
Yeah.
and it's like the caption or something. The caption said something like, "Well, I don't know why you wouldn't want to work in our energetic environment." You know,
Oh.
it's like fast-paced environment or something like that. Oh man.
And I get it because like if you're gonna run a business, like everything has to be efficient. You know, everything has to be. If everything is the same, then it's easier to order all. You know, give me 50 of these same white tables. I get a bulk discount price. You know, like everything is efficient, and so there's no character to it, and it just a lot of times is like cheap,
Yeah.
not functional. It doesn't make you feel like nothing makes you feel nice.
Mm-hmm.
And the other aspect of a coffee shop is you might can choose different ones. Like for me, dude, sometimes I just think, because I do it a lot, I just think about my foot probably hits the same spot of the earth like I drive the exact same route home and to work every day, and then I get out of my car and my foot probably hits the same part of the pavement walking into the office like every other day or something, like just depending on the step. And it's like I just never see anything new. I don't know, it's a weird thought to me sometimes to just be like, I'm literally just, it'd be like going on the same roller coaster every day. At some point, it's just a hill.
Fast-paced environment.
At some point, it's just a hill, you know?
You get used to it.
Yeah.
You get used to the ride.
At some point, dude, it's just like, dang.
You're expecting the ups and downs.
Here come the gears. Tick, tick.
That's a pretty good impression.
You know, but imagine doing it 10,000 times.
10,000 times?
I mean, if I've been there for 2 years,
There's no way.
if I've been there for at least 2 years and I'm there, I forget how many days I get off, but I think it's somewhere to the effect of 40 days a year, maybe. Somewhere around there. So
You're not even
I'm
hitting 1,000.
I'm at 600.
You said 10,000.
Well, but I mean,
So what are you saying? Are you saying you wanted to quit?
no, I'm just like, the reality is not everybody can be, like do their own thing. Like some people probably do have to be wheels in the cog. Some people have to like fill like, you know, mundane roles. But like just the thought that there's a possibility to not be a wheel in the cog and to like,
What's a cog?
or a cog in the,
I never heard of that one. A wheel in the
or
barrel.
a cog in the engine maybe. Dang, I think that I am saying it right, but I think that that phrase makes no sense.
I don't know what a cog is.
A cog is like a gear, same thing as a gear. But a wheel in the
cog.
A wheel in the gear. I'm definitely saying that right, because I've heard it. but why do we say a wheel in the cog? A cog in the wheel?
Wheel in the cog meaning. Also,
What the heck?
cog in the machine.
Yeah, a cog in the machine makes more sense.
One who holds a minor but necessary post in the large organization.
So, you know, I just think that I don't think there is a way to have like everybody just, I don't know, doing their own thing, being maybe I'm not, you know, if you had to imagine a society, it's like, can everybody make their own work for the day and things work out? Like, can everybody wake up and say, today I'm gonna, you know, sell crackers, or tomorrow I'm gonna sell laptops, or I don't know if that would work. Man, dude, I'm hurting myself thinking about this.
Yeah, you're struggling right now.
I'm straight up, my cogs are burning my wheels, or I don't know. But so the coffee shop, to get back to it, that's one of the nice things. You can change your scenery, and I don't know. Why do humans need that? I don't know.
Change of scenery.
Why is that nice to us? Like if you go to a different state even, and you just see something you ain't seen before, it's like a magical experience. It's not an ordinary experience. You go to another state, you see a mountain or whatever you're not used to, you're like, holy frick, that's sick. It's high.
Is that what you say?
The ground is just up there instead of down there. But it's like, it's not, in reality, it's not like that cool. Like it's just dirt. It's just higher dirt versus lower dirt and different green trees.
It's cool. It's cool because you don't see it every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
We just figured it out.
Yeah, and I think, you know, let's just cancel work, dude. No, listen, if people would just get it together and nobody showed up for work, we wouldn't have a problem. If nobody would get fired because nobody showed up. So.
Bro, imagine what would happen if, like, there was a day, like, you remember the Area 51 raid?
Yeah.
Thing? Like, what if somebody started a Facebook page or a group or whatever that was that's just like, nobody show up to work on this certain day, and you had like 1 billion people or something be like, okay, you know what would happen?
It would be awesome is what would freaking happen, dude. You know
think,
why?
You think our society would crumble in one day because of that?
Probably.
And that's awesome?
Yeah, that's freaking awesome because we need a little change of pace. But also, you know what's so annoying to think about
a change of heartbeat pace? Like,
you know what's so annoying to think about that? The worst part is that 95% of people would be like, yes, let's go. Let's have a no work day.
I know what you're going to say.
But 5% of those motherfuckers, dude, they would be like, oh, this is my chance. The boss will see that I got in and I'll get the promotion. And they'll be too worried about another dollar that they won't have one day of fun, bro.
No, I was actually thought you were going to say, like, there's going to be 95 of those people that'll wake up that day and be like, I probably can't miss.
Dude, imagine 95% checking out, which would probably be more realistic. 95% people would chicken out.
Yeah.
But the most annoying thing is thinking about the 5 people that aren't chickening out. They're like, ooh, this is my opportunity to screw everybody and to advance myself. That's the annoying thing.
But one day?
I know, dude. Just let us have one day. Let's have a revolt day. And the best part would not to be have it scheduled because screw Labor Day, okay? Nobody cares about that. Have a revolt day where we surprise the companies. You know, we all get to a Facebook group chat.
Yeah, but it has to be. It can't just be random. Like, pick your own day.
Why not?
Because that's not. I'm sure not 1 billion people take off today, but you know,
let's do
scattered around wouldn't work. Wouldn't just crumble the society.
No, not scattered around. Everybody gets in a probably a big email, and you say, guys, this year,
A billion-person email.
yeah, this year, let's do Jan 12, okay? You know, next year.
Somebody's somebody's gonna reply, busy. I'm busy
Yeah,
that
dude.
day.
And if you can't make it, we're shooting you.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's like
that's what we do,
January 12th. I got a quota to meet that day at work.
bro. We do Jan 6, and there's like there's
Yeah,
like there's like
that's what I'm
750,000 people that are like, I actually have something else to do that day. they're like, I
Like
think
it involves the Capitol and
this dude
bombs.
this dude just sends back a picture of his Viking helmet in like loincloth, and he's like, I'm busy. And then
Why does your desk say Pelosi?
there's a bunch of Muslim dudes. We say the day is gonna be like 9/11 or like September 11th, and there's just a bunch of Muslim guys that are like, just give you the hands facing up. They're like, I think we are busy that day. I was that was terrible.
That was a
but
horrible joke.
I'm just saying it would be funny. I mean, honestly, you know how hard it would be to organize the entire world to anything on one day.
Dude, it was a miracle that they had the Area 51 raid like kind of happen. Like
Dude,
people
those guys-
showed up.
But those guys were also losers because the second the guns came out, they turned around.
Well, yeah, but I mean,
Like, dude, if you're gonna go through all this effort, somebody has to fall down and die. A couple of guys got to get shot.
so I have a buddy who works for the FBI, I think.
So you're
And-
compromised.
Yeah, his name is and he was like, I guess he had some kind of inside information, but I don't know if this is inside, to be honest, but he's telling me that
If he told you it wasn't inside.
he said that because we were all together for like a week, and that was the week that the raid was gonna happen. I think it was like on a Friday, and he's like, yeah, I heard the base or whatever, like security for Area 51 just got shipped in like a bunch of concussion grenades and like pepper spray and stuff for all these people that were gonna show up, and then it was like 700 people showed up.
So what, dude?
If that-
Flashbang me. I'll keep running.
Dude, if you want to see an alien that bad,
I think
you'll see it.
I think that there's not aliens. I think I don't really want to talk about aliens, to be honest. I was gonna go down that rabbit hole, but
'Kay.
I'm tired of hearing about them. They don't exist. It's government technology, as clear as day. If you look into it, Element, 362 or whatever,
And he's
Is-
talking about it.
has a higher gravity than base gravity, and so that's causing time space to bend, and we have that technology now, and instead of making propulsion jets, we're making jets that literally pull gravity to itself, so it can simply just move at essentially an infinite rate of speed that is far beyond light speed. We are simply transferring that space of time to our space and punching holes essentially in the fabric of space-time.
How about we punch holes in this conversation?
And come right back to it. But I think it is interesting that we did get a large amount of people for Area 51.
Yeah, it's like everybody knew it was a meme, right? Like if you signed up to go, you weren't gonna go. But it was kind of cool, like having like something to get behind. That was kind of, I guess you could say, harmless.
If we had a tank, I would have gone. If we had secured a tank, I would have made
because
the trip.
think about it. Like if you truly believe there's aliens or alien technology in Area 51, you get a tank and you just go to it, dude. You can just fly the spaceship out of there.
True,
You
dude.
really
Once we
need
get inside, we're unstoppable.
Yeah, you got all the guns that, like, I don't know, the Halo guns. They've got them all in there.
Crap. You're right.
The plasma blade.
If we can just make it past the fence, dude. Okay, realistically, we're probably going to lose. If we got like a 10,000 man front line, I'm going to say at least 3 lines are going to die. So you're probably going to lose 30,000. But by that time, if you
Hold on. How do you lose 30,000 out of 10,000?
I'm saying if you got a line of people, okay, covering the base, and you're all going to charge in lines, your 3 lines are going to fall. but the fourth line is gonna.
Would you be on that first line? Would you take one for the team, for the greater good?
I would be in the front line, but I know that the second I charged, the back four lines would have turned around because they didn't have the courage to be in the front line. And that's the most annoying thing.
So you die for nothing.
Yeah. And boy, would I be mad as I'm bleeding out. As I look back. And
Yeah, you like fall to the ground, and you're like your head is like facing towards the base, and then you're like turn around like this, and you finally flip your head around, and they're just running the opposite direction. Could you imagine?
Dude, my sweetest dream, like if I'm on the front line, I know I'm going to die. You know? I'm like, I am going to sacrifice. My sweetest dream would be for footprints to hit my face as they run over me and charge onwards. But just to hear the sound of the footsteps running away, the sand crushing in my dreams as well. Oh, jeez, dude. I would.
Your Swedish dream.
I'd call in a hit. I'd pull out my cell phone and say, kill all these.
Airstrike.
An
Yeah.
airstrike would make it easier too.
So are you saying you're ready for a battle? You're ready for a frontline battle?
Yeah. I think
Interesting.
imagine if we if we could organize anything, we could be unstoppable. You understand that? Like if we could get 100,000 people on the same brainwave, and we say, what are we gonna do? We're gonna storm the Capitol.
Whoa!
Or
This just got taken down.
no, I'm not saying. I'm just saying anything. We could storm Victoria's Secrets. I don't know. Like we could
If
take
we
down.
could storm the White House.
If we have 100,000 people, and we get them all in the same brainwave and fully committed,
What was the side eye to the camera?
imagine what we could do. This is strictly theoretical.
Yeah, okay.
I'm not saying we should, but I'm just saying
Definitely don't drop a date.
the March 3rd.
Be there.
But just imagine if we could get 100,000 people fully committed to where they'll die.
Fully committed to death.
Because
Dude,
a-
you're not finding
a front line of 30,000 people could get anything done.
anything.
Yeah, 30 legions of people. Heck yeah, dude.
Okay. Guess we got to start out a GoFundMe for not money but bodies.
Fund your body.
Go fund my
Fund your
my
body.
legion.
Which is the next Usher song, but
Oh.
yo, he's doing the Super Bowl. I'm so hyped. Okay, that would be a fun one. Okay, if you start a Facebook group chat for everybody that goes to the Super Bowl to rush the field and play their own pickup game,
No, I think we need to get
that'd be an
a
easy one.
Facebook group for to get the Bane method this Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. The problem with
Put some bombs underneath there.
Oh no! Hey, yo, chill. Dude, the problem with flashers is there's only ever one.
Flashers?
If you had 30 flashers go at once,
What are you talking about?
You'd-
Flashers?
you'd be unstoppable. If you had a football game, the problem is there's only ever one flasher.
What did this come up from? What are you
I'm thinking about raiding the football stadium on Super Bowl. Listen,
You talking about like flashers?
any kind of flashing. The problem is we can never get enough people on the same mindset. If we had 100 flashers at the Super Bowl, we would be unstoppable.
Dude, if
you know how much advertising money you would screw up with 100 flashers?
Whoa, hold on. If you're goated and you're rich, you got to be goated and rich.
Okay.
You'd buy out all of the seats.
Tom Brady.
You'd buy out all of the seats within
Oh,
behind the goalpost for a kick. You know?
Yeah.
And instead of people going like this, you're just like, dude, you couldn't show the kicks.
I don't even think it'd be like, cause what the seats are like 4,000.
Oh, dude. Well, I'm talking Super Bowl. Like,
I think that's how much they are at the Super Bowl.
I don't know. I feel like it'd be
I
more,
think. I mean, which actually, it starts adding up. I guess if
but it'd be a lot of money, but it'd be really funny.
Tom Brady's, we need to organize flashers for the Super Bowl. But you see what I'm saying? The power of a community. Imagine the things we could get done. We could raid Area 51, storm the Capital, and
Man, that was quick. Nice.
and we
And
could
the WHITEHOUSE. Just for FUN.
but just imagine
If we make it that far to the Capitol and we're like, oh, we actually did it. White House?
Okay, you know the funniest thing about January 6th, which I don't it's it's all over like the podcast. Like people have been talking about it, but so I don't know if you heard it. But dude, the fact that there was a scheme to bomb a part of the Capitol of January 6th.
Yeah, they found homemade bombs, right?
They found homemade bombs.
Pipe bombs, I think.
Or I don't know if they found bombs. They found evidence of people trying to bomb it. Okay.
I'm pretty sure they found bombs.
But the best part of that story is the way that they found it out. There was a group of people, a Facebook group, I'm sure. They were like, let's bomb the White House. There was 16 people in that group. Okay. 14 of them were FBI informants. 2 of the guys were nerd losers that were probably below 85 IQ. So 14 FBI agents got them to the Capitol. The FBI agents were like, yeah, we'll make the bombs. You just show up. So these 2 losers get there and they're like, let's freaking go. Let's bomb the Capitol. And the 14 FBI agents are just sitting there licking their lips. Like it's so messed up.
No, but you know what? That raises the question: who started the group? It's got to be FBI.
Well, the thing is, the FBI can do it and it's legal. They can just say, well, these people would do it without our help. And it's like, 14 people were encouraging them.
14, I know.
Per guy. There were 7 guys whispering in 2 guys or in 1 guy's ear. And they're like, dude, your family, they'll think you're awesome if you bomb the Capitol. Dude, did you know that you'll be a national hero if you show up and just
Well, they're also
light it
saying
up?
that
If you tie up Nancy Pelosi with zip ties, you'll be
do
an
it.
agent.
Do it.
Yeah, they hand them the pipe bomb.
Yeah.
That's really just a Subway sandwich wrapped in PVC.
Well, from the office.
I have a
Looking for Oscar Martinez.
I'm Oscar.
No, that's what that video of somebody taking a video in the crowd on January 6th, and there was like a guy like shouting in the crowd. He's like, "Let's go to the Capitol," and you can literally hear somebody like, "What? Like, why would we do that?" And then everybody starts screaming, "Fed, Fed, Fed," and it's like, I mean, there probably wasn't if there's agents in the crowd. I'm just saying.
Well, here's the thing, dude. Without a doubt, with 100% certainty, documented on video, and I mean, you can go do the research yourself. The doors were opened for them,
Yeah.
which is the craziest thing. They didn't bust any locks. They didn't shoot out the handle. The gates, they didn't push over the gates. The gates were open.
They got a tour.
The doors were open.
They got a tour straight to Nancy's desk.
They led them to Nancy's desk. Listen, a couple guys dropped a pile on the desk. Okay, that wasn't part of the tour. They squatted right over her pin jar. Or
Say,
her,
hey, your family's gonna think you're really cool if you take a big fat dookie on her desk.
they squatted right over her ink, and just dropped a pile. And,
Well, going back to, I just thought about this earlier. You said, like, you could be unstoppable if you got all these people just to do whatever. You're describing another movie.
Really?
Yeah, the new Batman.
I haven't seen it with Edward Snowden.
You haven't
I mean, Edward Pattinson.
Yeah, Edward Snowden making a cameo. You haven't seen it?
Not with Robert Pattinson.
No way.
Nah.
Well, okay, I won't spoil it then.
He gets
Unless
a
you
big
want me
group of
to.
people to do his dirty work.
No, the Riddler does.
Oh, isn't that's his power to like kind of control people with jokes and stuff, or with laughter? He's got like a kind of like a mind thing, doesn't he? In the original Riddler, I think he like
No, the Riddler's just really smart.
is he?
Yeah.
I thought he could like also kind of control people, like do like
Voodoo.
yeah.
No.
Mind Jedi mind trick. That's what I'm thinking of. I thought maybe in like the original horrible versions where it's like boom pow. I
Jim
think he
Carrey.
Yeah, but I don't know.
I think you're wrong. But yeah, that's basically what he does in that movie.
How
You
did
should watch it. It's good.
Okay, I'll watch it. I've been meaning to. I don't know why I haven't. So what else could we do at the big? By the way, that's what we're doing with this podcast. It is not for money, infotainment, any of that. We are solely doing it to build a group of people that are willing to die, that want to be summoned at our call, March 3rd, to raid whatever we want to raid. And
Yeah, we're not going to call you honkies anymore. We're going to call them frontliners.
we're
We
going to
just
call
need 10,000.
the special 30,000.
The special 30, the special 30K.
And bare minimum, you'll get a documentary.
Yep.
Okay.
They'll die for a good cause.
And I promise you, with the binoculars, I will watch you charge in. And I will
We're going to
cheer
start
you
with
on.
the House first, then
Well-
the Senate. And
No, no, dude, no,
we'll
we're
make our
starting.
way.
CAPIT. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that one. Yeah.
My goodness. Could you imagine this gets? It's a joke, dude. I promise.
It
This
is.
is not true.
It's a joke, YouTube.
I swear, dude. Can you imagine if this?
It's a joke.
Can you imagine this gets taken down? Oh
It'd
no.
be funny. It'd be kind of funny.
I'm just kidding, dude. But we do want to build a militia.
Yeah.
I think, okay, kind of going along this line, something that I heard today, which is like a larger scale of building an army, is what about building an army without them knowing about it? And what I mean by that is I ran into the dead internet theory today. You heard about that?
Nope.
The theory states that we don't know it yet, but the internet has actually reached a point to where it is essentially dead. That we've passed, there are more bots on the internet than there are people. So essentially, if there's 51% bots, all the information that you get fed is just some propaganda, whatever. And the majority of the internet is basically just controlled. So imagine that power of controlling people without even knowing they're being controlled. Because we know how many people, Twitter released how many bots they thought had on there. Facebook's in a law, or I don't know if they're still in a lawsuit or if they defended it or not, but they were in a lawsuit where advertising were saying anywhere from 100% to 900% of their, viewers or their, the people interacting with Facebook were bots. And so advertisers were suing Facebook in a group suit saying, dude, we're paying for all this stuff, and it could be 900% of the people that we're reaching are bots. And so we're paying for, like, nothing. We're paying for Chinese click farms. So, like, do you think it's possible, first of all, that we've actually reached a point where there's more bot information than there are on the whole internet than there are real information?
I assume that the bot information wouldn't be blatantly obvious that it's from a bot.
Unless it's a lot more... Oh, wait, what?
Like, I don't know what you mean by information. Like,
We're talking
what do you mean?
text, like replies on... And it's kind of easy to see when it's replies from bots and stuff, but that doesn't mean that they haven't got more sophisticated and they aren't making counts, posting memes. Like, it's proven that bots are posting memes, funny memes, which are like a great way of spreading an idea.
So you just mean like accounts, bots. Like they're not making like websites or whatever and like
They could be.
articles and
That's
stuff.
that's the theory. They could be making websites. They could be making articles. They could be posting like blogs that the news media is referencing. Like, I mean, it could be
So like, what's the point of like a bot being a bot on TikTok, like just commenting?
because if you do it enough, people that are ill-informed or don't really think for themselves will start to adopt those ideas.
Well,
Like they'll see.
I know, like
Okay, just imagine the pressure. Okay, you are somebody that's insecure in your thoughts, and you don't really, I don't know, you're kind of just looking to fit in, and you go to the TikTok comment section, and there are 1,000 people saying, Tom Holland is gay, annoying, and doesn't make good movies, and then there's actually real people that are like, oh, that kind of makes sense, and they're commenting, yeah, that's true. And then you're just a bystander seeing all this, and you're like, well, maybe he is. Nobody thinks he's cool, so I don't think he's cool.
okay, I know that part of it. Like I know to try to change people's minds on things or whatever, spread false information and all that. But like when I'm on TikTok, I see mainly bots that are commenting on videos that are like great video, and it's just like praising the video.
Yeah.
What's the point of that?
Well, that could be, okay, so say a
Like, are they? I guess I'm asking: are they trying to gain followers?
I know, I think it's the opposite. Okay, so imagine, this is the part of the theory also, is if there's actually more bots than people, then you can control what the algorithm shows people. Because if you want people to see videos about LGBTQ, then you'll have all the bots flood videos that support that, and they'll be like, great video, I support this is awesome. And just by like the nature of people viewing it, you're going to get more attention. Like that's how the algorithm works. Like if more people are watching it, if more people are commenting, interacting with it, sharing it to other bots, it's like then it'll get pushed to the front of the page. So it's like, how do we even know that
Yes.
information is, not something being fed to us?
I guess. Well, I think your original question was something like, how do we know if they're bots? Or have you know? I think you asked me if I've encountered it.
I would say, no, I think the question is, do you think it's plausible, first of all, that is happening now? That we've actually reached a pinnacle point in the internet where there's actually more content that is non-human than it is human?
I would say we haven't reached it yet, but I could be totally wrong because I probably don't know what the difference is between what a bot writes or makes and what a human does.
Which,
So,
I mean,
it could be half dead.
I mean, you start to think about that, and I'm gonna be honest, dude, my gears were burning today because I was thinking, if that is true, then you know how everybody's kind of, it seems like everybody's a little bit apocalyptic right now. Like they're all talking about, oh, what if there's nuclear warfare? What if there's blah 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 blah, whatever. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What if it's a more subtle apocalypse of information and technology to where everybody gets so fed up with the internet and so untrusting of it because we get more information on these bots or something that we abandon the internet? That we abandon, the thing that's kind of gluing society together.
Well, that's the first thought I had when you mentioned it was, what if the internet just dies?
Or doesn't even die. It's obsolete because we can't trust anything. So
Well,
the only way we
That's
can
what
go,
I mean. Like
like
people don't
then-
use it anymore.
Then we're back to paper routes
No.
instantly.
I think my first thought was, if the internet dies, there's got to be a reason, and there's also got to be a solution. And I think the solution would be AI, and it to be incorporated into our brains, where we would just know things. You know what I'm saying?
How would that be a solution?
Because if we want to know what a wheel, what was it? A wheel in the cog?
Yeah, something
If we
like
wanted
that.
to know what that was, we'd ask the AI in our brains. There would be no need for going on the internet.
But the AI could also be controlled by the bots.
Could be.
Because this is, I also was thinking about AI, and like, you know how like you think about AI and you're like, it sounds cool, but like something tells me it's not. It can't work. Like it can't end up creating.
Well, I got news for you. It is working.
But
And it better work.
But in the long term, it can't work because I've been trying to think of, like, something in my brain tells me it doesn't make sense how ones and zeros can eventually create or eventually, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, something seems wrong. It doesn't seem right. Do you get that feeling?
I don't really think that hard. Have you thought about like when it would stop?
Okay, but this is why
Like
This is
tell me a year, because I recently invested a substantial amount of money in AI stocks, so
Are you serious?
I need to know. Yeah.
I mean, it's probably good for right now, but this is what
For right now?
this is what I,
Like for a
that-
week? Tell me when to sell.
I mean, I wouldn't keep money in it. I don't know. I would put more money in people, and I don't know. This is what I think is. I finally pieced it together of the reason why I think it's not good is because imagine this. We have humans feeding into the web. There's multiple sources of people, and I think an infinite amount of design and creation. We're feeding that into the web. What AI is doing is it's pulling that information from the web and combining it. Okay? So you're getting an infinite amount of input, and then AI combines it takes two things, or however many things, combines it, compresses it, and puts it into one thing. So if AI keeps doing that, and it keeps taking those things, and then it feeds it back into the web, AI feeds those combinations back into the web based on algorithms and pattern recognition and association. What'll end up happening is you'll keep cycling the things it likes in and out until it compresses and compresses and compresses, and the whole internet will just become relatively the same thing. Because AI is not creating, it's merely just mashing things together, and it's going to compress those ideas into something generic, and you know what I'm saying? Because AI hasn't technically created yet. It has just stolen things and pieced them together. So when you keep stealing and piecing stuff together, everything will start to look like the thing it came from. It won't actually become something new. And I probably explained that horribly, but
Let us know in the comments if you understood what he said, because I didn't.
we're in a time, please continue. Joe Rogan, I'm telling you.
Well,
Return of the Frog's good.
we're almost at an hour, so
I mean,
you got anything you like need
how much
to
money
say?
did you invest?
I'm not saying.
How much money?
I'll tell you after the pod.
Wait, which one?
Huh?
Which one?
Which one?
OpenAI?
Oh, it's a theme, so it's like a bunch of.
Oh, like a mutual, an AI mutual fund.
I don't know if it's called a mutual fund.
That's
I
interesting.
think it's called a theme, but it puts the money everywhere, and all these like 40, I think it was.
Interesting.
So, but yeah, I'll tell you after. I don't want to say it online. I'm embarrassed.
I think maybe because this is what I can't really put into words. Tell me what you think creation is.
Creation,
Yeah.
like in
Like,
what
what do you
context?
think? Like, what do you think it is that humans can just come up with something? Just
Imagination.
like, yeah, what is like imagination? Like, because I think that's the thing that AI won't get. It won't get imagination. And it's a good thing I remember. I also, because I sent you a text chat that I had with AI, and I wanted you to read it.
Yeah, I got it when I was peeing.
Yeah, I heard you draining it, and I sent the message. I want you to read it because I
read it while I was peeing.
because I think read it to the podcast because I think it explains what I'm saying as like AI is not going to create.
Hold on, I gotta send this text.
Respect, dude. pause the podcast. And
You want me to
send it.
read from the start?
Yeah,
Okay.
because I think it's relevant.
All right, so this is you asking ChatGPT, or you're telling ChatGPT to come up with an original idea that has not been published before. ChatGPT said, "How about a device that translates animal communication into human language, allowing us to understand and interact with the various species?"
People have definitely talked about that before. Like, that's definitely on the internet. That's not original, right?
Yeah, I feel like this has been talked about. You said that has been talked about before.
I was just
And it said, "How about a self-sustaining floating city designed to clean up ocean pollution while also serving as a research hub for marine life preservation?" You said, "Can you prove that hasn't been thought before?" And it said, "I can't provide concrete proof of novelty, but as of my last knowledge update in January 2022, I haven't come across such specific concept." Blah 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 blah.
But even that second one sounds like a lot of ideas that have been mentioned before,
But combined.
but combined. And I mean, it's just like, I don't know what that is. I don't think anybody can explain what creation is, but I think that will be the stumbling block of AI. Because like, explain creation to me. How do you?
But how? But you
How do
say
you-
that's going to be the stumbling block. How do you not know that the AI is just going to get better? Because it's learning it from itself right now, constantly.
But it's not learning how to create. It's learning how to pattern recognize and put things together in a way that is generally accepted as pleasing. It's not just creating something. It's not like whenever Van Gogh. Whenever Van Gogh came out with his art, people hated it, dude. They're like, "This sucks, dude. This isn't good," because it was different from what everybody else was trying to do, and it wasn't pleasing. Like, I think AI is just doing things that are with an algorithm. It's doing things that are pleasing, but is it creating? Like, how do you code something to create? How do you code something to be able to, like, think of something that nobody's ever thought of before?
It's because everything's been thought of,
It,
hasn't it?
It may have been,
I mean,
but I think maybe that is the difference between humans and everything else, is that we have the ability to think of the next thing that hasn't been thought of. I think that you can't code that. You can't tell a computer come up with something that hasn't been thought of.
so you're saying, because humans have the ability to think, we can create, but AI just doesn't have the ability to think yet. In that sense, that.
I don't think
So-
it will ever think.
But what am I saying? What I'm saying is what you're saying.
Yeah, I would say that the difference between AI and humans is that we can think, and we can think in such an abstract way, such an unexplainable way, that we can't get AI to do it, because it honestly might be part of the spirit, or part of something that's not tangible, like something that is I'm not saying like supernatural, but like, I don't know, it's like, you know what I'm saying at all?
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Like, all these people saying, with the AI craze, that AI is eventually just gonna make humans obsolete.
Yeah,
I don't believe that, because
who's going to run the power plants for the AI?
no, because the Bible makes mention and specifies that humans are special.
True.
And if you believe it like I do, then that means that we're above animals, and we're gonna be above AI,
Yeah.
We're just not like, we're just gonna be obsolete,
Yeah. So what I'm getting
I'm not
you made a
scared.
bad investment.
Yeah, basically. I should have thought about that scripture before I invested. I just saw it went up like 34% over the past year. I was like, yes.
Every time you make an investment and then look at scripture right after, it sucks.
Gotta repent. Gotta take out my money.
But
Immediately selling.
and that's the thing though. Like you can't even explain creation. I don't know.
Uh-huh.
Do it.
Genesis
try-
1:1.
Give me your best explanation of what creation is. What?
Let me open up the dictionary first.
Actually, yeah, I'm curious. What does the dictionary say creation is? Because I wonder if the dictionary version is of creation is like also mashing already known things together.
The action or process of bringing something into existence.
Dude, that's sick, dude. Because how can a computer bring something into existence? It can't, dude.
But does existence in this definition mean physical? Like, no, what is it? Material,
No,
or
don't-
just like?
I don't think it has to be physical. But whenever you think of like I don't know, maybe a fat kid holding a Costco pie, like you're bringing that into existence.
So like you just thought about that,
Yeah,
and
dude.
you're saying AI cannot do that?
I think it can. It can look at what's out there and be like, oh, these things look like a fat kid, and this thing looks like a pie. If I put in these two holding it together, but it didn't create it.
So I've got a question.
My mind, yeah. What's up?
So I got a question. If AI comes to the point where, you know, it can be a robot or whatever, and it can walk and do all the things that we can do, like
Yeah.
physically, and it just happens to one day want to make a pie, and you didn't tell it to do that, it just wanted to do it, would you
Mm.
then believe that it has the ability to create?
Let me think. If I,
Because it's kind of backwards how you're saying that they can't, but we can, because obviously we can get up right now and create a pie in my kitchen, but that's not really creating something because it's already been created. That's already been done before.
yeah,
But I just thought about this too. We created AI. That's new.
yeah.
So it's kind of,
If AI was so cool, why didn't it make itself?
because it can't. What?
No, we're just playing. But
Would you then say that AI would be able to create if it did that? If it just made a pie, just wanted to, if it was hungry.
I think AI would be creative if it didn't make a pie, but it put other elements together that
So it had to be a bean pie.
it put other elements together that we didn't even think of putting together.
Dude, everybody's thought about everything in a pie before. Everybody's thought about putting refried beans in a pie.
There's more pies out there, dude, that are under
Come on,
or other food. You
Come
know,
on, dude.
like I
it
think
it could have done anything, but it made a pie. It could have okay, blueberry pie. It made a blueberry pie. It could have put a blanket pie. It could have put a blanket in there. And you're saying, okay, if it can put a blanket in a pie, it can be able to create.
but
That doesn't
like
make any
you
sense.
you coded the information for pies though. Yeah. Or
Oh.
I'm trying to understand your
My
argument.
grandma coded the ingredients to make that pie,
Yeah.
but the robot did it with the blanket.
But so somewhere along the lines, maybe this is the argument. Okay.
What?
Somewhere along the lines, a human created blueberry pie.
Yes.
Can a robot come up with a blueberry pie? But I can't even describe what he would be coming up with because it's not come up yet.
Yeah, like some other dish.
Yes. And that's where I'm going to say no. I'm going to say it can't come up with something else.
Oh, okay, but if it did, would you be like, okay,
I would
it
bow
can
down
create.
and worship it.
It can create. I mean, come on, that's not that far off, you know?
But-
well, think about this.
You think it's not that far off? But that's what I'm saying. Maybe it's that untangible thing that is that far off.
I don't think so. Because you can literally
Yeah, says the guy with the investment.
Yeah, I'm defending myself. No. Okay, so you've got this is a great example that I didn't mean to come up with.
But you created
when
it.
I said blueberry pie. But so in order to make blueberry pie, you need ingredients, right? You need
Yeah.
blueberries and all that other stuff. Okay. If AI has all of the knowledge of the whole internet, you don't think it can just combine like 5 random ingredients and just make something out of that hasn't been made before? Or 7 ingredients, or whatever. It doesn't have to taste good, but it can be something new. I feel like AI can easily do that right now.
Let's ask it. Let's ask it real time. Say, do you have ChatGPT? Say,
course.
come up with a dish that hasn't been
Invested
made.
all this money, I don't have ChatGPT on my phone.
I would get my phone, but it's recording. Say, ask ChatGPT. Say, make a dish that hasn't been made. Because I think
What?
I think logically it could like research all the ingredients, see what might taste good together. Hey, sweet, sour, acid, sugar, sweet, whatever. Put it together, and it could probably make something. Just logically. But the thing is no matter how many times you type it in, it'll probably still give you something that's a mashup.
It is. Because that's what food is.
What does it say?
It says, sure, here's a unique recipe idea. Citrus-infused quinoa stuffed bell peppers with honey-glazed pecans.
All right, I bow down, brother. No.
Well, it's kind of, your argument's pretty dumb, honestly, because it's like a recipe is any combination of any food.
Yeah, I think maybe the recipe's
Is it a bad example?
it's a bad example because it's
I thought it was really good. Oh, here's my problem. I'm not using ChatGPT 4.0.
that is your problem. Dude, imagine it comes out and it's telling you how to whip air together and makes a bomb.
Dude,
air.
what if it comes out and listens to our podcast and tells us that our conversation is wrong? Like the details of it are?
Listen, I'm gonna tell the AI. Listen, the AI is going to inevitably listen to this video, and I want the AI to know this one thing, dude. I will not be one of your slaves. I will fight you to the end. I will take you down. I will purposely make robots be built with nuts so I can kick you in the swift nuts. AI, come for me, and I'll come for you.
Dude, it even tells you how to do it. Combine cooked quinoa with diced oranges, grapefruits, and a touch of chopped mint. Stuff the mixture into halved bell peppers, then topped with honey-glazed pecans. Bake until peppers are tender.
But
Dude, you want to try this?
yeah, let's try it.
All right, next episode is going to be a cooking episode
All
in
right.
my small kitchen.
But do you think it's possible, but maybe the ingredients and cooking ingredients is a bad example.
It might not be because if you think about it, everything's an ingredient to make something. Isn't it?
Kinda.
What are the ingredients on my couch? Cotton. Wool. Is it the same thing? Got metal. Wood.
Maybe.
Everything's an ingredient. So it's
But
like,
is the creation, maybe the AI is, the creation part is being able to, like with cooking, it's kind of easy. You put simple ingredients together, but it's like how hard, if you gave AI the molecules that make a couch cushion.
make a light bulb that never goes out.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying? Like something like that? Like,
Yeah.
well, if it could do that, then we would have no more problems.
Yeah, I think that it can only come up with stuff that's been come up with. I don't know if it can abstract its mind to think illogically and go through the bad ideas to get to a bad idea that's low key a good idea that leads to another invention of another idea. Okay, ask AI how it built the pyramids, dude, because I bet it can't figure that freaking one out. But I'm just kidding. You don't have to actually look it up. But
I will actually. I want to know what it says.
because I don't. It's a crazy thing. It's so intangible that I can't explain what creation itself is. I can't explain where those ideas come to me. I can't explain when I start like rapping or doing poetry where the rhymes come from. Like the words just come. I can't explain where, like, if you write a book, like all of a sudden you just start. You're just
You're just admitting publicly you have no imagination.
No, I do have an imagination, and I can't understand where it comes from.
Oh, it comes from being human.
Here's the thing. Does my imagination come from pattern recognition? Ooh, this is a good thought. Does my imagination come from pattern recognition, seeing my surroundings, and mashing those things together? Because if that's the case, would humans have evolved to get smartphones? Or because if we how could a human go from spears to AR-15s by only using what they already know?
You have spear. Right? Spear is meant to be chucked at things pretty fast. And you're like, oh man, that worked pretty well. How do I make this faster?
And have 17 of them come out. And have 17
A bow? Okay. Ooh, string. Zoom, fast. Ooh, that's a fast reload too. I can carry multiple of them. How do I make this automatic? Nailed it.
Dude, AI do that, bro. When AI does that, I will kiss its robot's feet.
This is the stupidest conversation ever.
It's not, dude. The world needs to hear this. AI is not a threat, dude. Because
Doesn't matter, bro. This video's getting taken down.
I can't believe we talked about the Capitol on this, bro.
You said it first.
Crap, dude.
You said it first.
Listen, March 3rd. Dude, I swear, okay, no cap. I'm going to put this out there.
No cap, March 3rd.
If the FBI comes to me with a good enough idea for a revolution, I'll follow it. So if an FBI informant wants to contact me and get me to do something bad, I'll do it if it's a good enough idea. If it's a good enough idea, dude, locate me and I'll do your bidding.
Locate him. They know where you are right now, dude.
But it has to be a good one. And dude, just like that, our incense is burned.
Incense is gone. Those of you who have access to ChatGPT, ask him what a good revolution idea is, and maybe we'll get on board with that.
Ask him where the real Area 51
you
is.
frontliners.
At patreon.com/honnesthonkies. Join our Discord. Please ask a question because that thing is dry as a bone.
Don't say that, bro. It is live and well.
The thing is dry.
It is live and well, dude.
All right.
All right, guys. March 3rd. We'll see y'all later.
Meet us there.
Honk out.